Hey guys, in this video I want to do an update on a new cycle that I'm just starting now, transitioning into, and also a new kind of phase or block of an exercise routine that I'm getting into, and in doing so I'll explain later in the video my philosophy as far as why I'm doing the changes, transitioning from more bodybuilding routine to new elements within my exercise routine. And I think the reason why I'll explain is because I think it's something that a lot of people could also benefit from as well. But to get right to the start of this video, what I want to explain is the new cycle that I'm starting. And so first of all, what was I doing? What am I doing? Start with testosterone and primobolan at around 400 milligrams each. Introduced HGH, run that for almost 3 months now, at 6 IUs a day, 3 in the morning, 3 at night. And then in the last few weeks, well, I'm about 5 weeks into running Anavar, so I'm approaching my 6th week. And after that, at the end of this month, end of March, I will discontinue the Anavar, which is 20 milligrams pre-workout a day. And overall, I'm being super impressed with the results that I've gotten, both aesthetically and strength and size gains that I've gotten. And so what am I getting next? Well, I just got a shipment today of came in a package like this with all different types of things I've got. So I'll show you. So I got some Masteron, some more testosterone. Just getting in advance because I'm getting it super cheap. These are only $25 a vial, and these are $30 a vial. And as well, NPP, which I also got. So I started my first shot of NPP today, 50 milligrams. So 50 milligrams 3 times a week, that'll be 150 milligrams of NPP, nandrolone, essentially a short ester version of DECA that I'll run. I'm bringing down my testosterone dose from 400 to around 300 a week. So 3 times a week, taking 100 milligram shot of that. I'm currently still running the primobolan, which is now I'll probably have about 2 more days left of dosing on that at 125 milligrams per dose. Once that's finished, I'll start the Masteron. The amount of Masteron I'm going to run is still undetermined, but I believe it'll be something like 200 milligrams a week. So in total, 300 milligrams of test, 200 of Masteron, and 150 of NPP. And then still run the HGH, and then discontinuing the Anavar. And some people have mentioned, well, shouldn't you take a break? Maybe you should just take a TRT dose for a while and, give your body a break, probably the break on blood pressure or lipids or, other types of liver or kidney enzymes that might be happening. And I understand that, and I agree with that. And to be honest, I should probably take a blood test. That'd be a smart thing to do. So don't do what I'm doing in that regard. Take a blood test, and maybe I'll look into doing that. The thing is, though, that people have taken TRT doses, which is 250 milligrams, so just 50 milligrams less than what I'm taking, and have run DECA at 150 milligrams a week. There's people have done that for 20 plus years. And there's long-term studies that have shown that running like a quote microdose, whatever, I don't like to use that term, but you get the idea. What I'm saying, microdose being 150 milligrams of like something that's an androlone, show there's that it actually doesn't have a negative effect on the body. And part of me would want to run just primobolan nonstop, and I believe that's something that you could run for longer cycles, but I have evidence that shows that primobolan actually has a negative effect on the liver. So that's not something I want to run non-stop, at least at the doses I was doing. Okay. So what's my goal with that dose? I consider this as a recomping kind of cycle. Recomping is when you know, maintain your muscle mass, maintain your strength and size, and even can increase strength and size, but you know, cutting down on the fat and on the unnecessary weight, right? And bodybuilders do this for obvious reasons. What I'm doing it for is, first of all, it's coming to the summer. I want a better body and things, but also, and here's the next part of this video that I want to suggest that I'm going to talk about is it's the perfect thing for my new kind of routine, which is the base is still going to be bodybuilding, about 70% of it. Okay, it's going to be like 60% bodybuilding, 10% cardio, because I always start my routines now with cardio, like 10-20 minutes on a bike. And then the last part, the last 20-30%, is going to be calisthenics and high intensity interval training / CrossFit type of training. And the main reason I want to do this is I want to decrease body fat. I just did a body fat analysis where you hook yourself, you grab a machine, and it sends electrical signal through your body. And to be honest, my results are pretty good as far as the ratio between muscle mass and body fat percentage. But I'm still like around 20% body fat percentage, so I want to bring it down below 15%. So doing high intensity interval training is kind of a good way to do that, for one. Second is I'm not moving at my age. I'm almost 40. I'm not moving the agility that I used to. So I need to increase agility, and I'll explain the exact routine that I'm incorporating. But it is doing that, and the reason is, as well, increase kind of these quote functional movements. I don't always like to use the term functional movement, but I will here, because this summer I'm going to get back. Well, not get back. I always have, but skateboard a lot more, and being able to move, not being like so like, because now I'm a lot heavier than I used to be skateboarding. I want to be able to move and not fall on my ass, and you know, with a lot more weight, like a bag of bricks or like a bag of sand, right? I want to imagine skateboarding with like a backpack full of like an extra 25 pound, like a 25-pound bumper weight in the back, right? It'd be a lot more difficult. So cutting down necessary weight, but being able to move better. And the last kind of important aspect of this is training kind of my weak points. Those weak points are some of the movements / body parts, body areas, like my core. I would consider my legs still are weak compared to other parts of my body, in some regards. So I put together a little, and this was with help of a personal trainer at Good Life Fitness. He helped me put this together. So I start with doing lunges with weight on my back. So a basic barbell, which is 45 pounds, and then just 2 10s, nothing crazy weight. And there's an AstroTurf kind of area at my gym. So I lunge across 12 times and then 12 times back. So it's going to be like 12 times per leg when you add that up. Knee all the way to the ground and just keep going across. Work your way back. Then I do 10 burpees, and then burpee, then jump to the sky. So you go down all the way to your stomach, get to your feet, then jump up. And that it's a really good movement, and it's something that I have trouble with, especially after doing like those lunges. It becomes difficult more so. You start getting out of breath, and especially when you're doing 3 rounds of this with very short rest periods. And lastly, finish with a sled push with 3 45 pounds on it. Push it across one way and then all the way back. And my gym is pretty long, so that's a long distance. By that time, my quads are burning, my legs are burning, and with those I find like the weak point is doing those lunges. There's something about lunges that are very awkward for me. Never did them before so much. I've always been squats and deadlifts kind of guy, and leg extensions and leg press, which is all very like, you know, 2 legs at a time kind of thing. Going down 1 leg at a time, it's like there's hip stabilizers or adductors, maybe your glute med or min, that mines are underdeveloped or something. But just getting that kind of mind-body connection too, and balance, being able to do it. And I've improved since I've been doing it in the last few weeks. And but I feel all these will really help me. So I start with those, and then I move to doing more conventional like leg exercises. And then by that time, I feel like the next day, I definitely feel it. But I found the perfect balance in doing it, where the fatigue ratio to, you know, to like impulse ratio. Sorry, off the top of my head, I can't think of the exact terminology between that. But it's not too fatiguing, but it's working them good enough. And as a result of not fatiguing them too much, I can do it at more frequency throughout the week. So I don't need to do it every 3 or 4 days. I can do it every other day, if that makes sense. So, and that's important, I think, for functional movements, because these types of functional movements you want to be able to do more frequently when you're training for a sport. Like, imagine you can only train for your sport if you're a football player once every 4 days. You wouldn't get that good. You want to be able to train like at least every other day, right? And that's kind of the routine I'm going to get in, especially with endurance type of workouts, and especially losing weight. You want to be doing it more frequently, correct? Well, I got to go because my girlfriend's calling me right now while I'm making this video, but let me know what your thoughts are about my cycle and my workout philosophy. There's so much more I could get into, and maybe I will in subsequent videos, but leave in the comments section below what you think. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.